My roommate Serena was the kind of person who'd chase a question to the ends of the earth. She couldn't let anything go. One night, dead asleep, I was jolted awake by her voice right next to my bed. "Lucy, you asleep?" I cracked open my eyes, annoyed. Her response? "See? You weren't asleep at all. Otherwise, how could you answer me?" When she skipped class, I did her a favor and checked her in on the attendance app. But just before the lecture ended, she burst into the room, phone in hand, and confronted the professor. "Professor, I wasn't even here today. Why does the system say I'm checked in? Is there something wrong with your app?" The professor investigated. It traced back to me, and I failed the class. I had to retake it. Later, I entered a public speaking competition. In the middle of my speech, Serena stood up in front of everyone and asked why my material was exactly the same as an idea she'd had. My spot in the competition was revoked. I lost the prize money, and I was branded a plagiarist. Unable to handle the humiliation, I climbed to the roof of the tallest building on campus one night. When I opened my eyes again, I was back on the day Serena asked me if I was asleep. "Lucy, are you asleep?" Hearing Serena's incredibly punchable voice, I couldn't tell if I was dreaming or awake. My hand fumbled around my pillow until it found my phone. I flipped it on, saw the date, and it hit me. I was reborn. Outside my bed curtain, Serena wasn't giving up. She kept calling my name. I quickly turned off my phone, jammed my earbuds in, and squeezed my eyes shut. Sure enough, when I didn't answer, she yanked my curtain open. Even though it was past 1 in the morning, our other roommate was still gaming, and the glow from her computer screen spilled onto my face, punctuated by the frantic clicking of a keyboard. With the curtain open, Serena pressed on. "Lucy. Lucy, are you asleep?" Her voice got louder, loud enough to wake the dead, but I kept my eyes clamped shut. I refused to open them. I knew I couldn't. Waking up would be giving her exactly what she wanted. In my last life, Serena loved pulling these little obedience tests on me. If I had opened my eyes and asked what she wanted, she would have just said, "Oh, nothing. I just wanted to see if you were asleep." It would infuriate me, leaving me sleepless for the rest of the night, while she'd be perfectly happy. And her bizarre behavior didn't stop there. When we first moved in as freshmen, she introduced herself as a small-town girl who'd aced her exams but didn't know the first thing about the big city. She warned us she'd be asking a lot of questions. It was like she was a newborn baby, her brain as smooth as a polished stone. She knew nothing. In college, professors post everything in the class group chat. All you have to do is read the announcements, but every single time, she would ask us instead, "Lucy, how do I submit this assignment? I don't get it." I'd tell her to check the group chat, that all the instructions were there. She'd ignore me and keep asking, "What format does it need to be? Word or PDF? Either is fine. Just go look at the announcement." It was like her brain had a filter that automatically deleted my words. She'd just keep plowing ahead on her own. "Lucy, why won't it submit? Can you come help me?" I'd remind her again to check the group chat. She'd finally seem to hear me, only to follow up with, "Where are the announcements? How do you even see them?" I don't know how. I nearly lost my mind. From then on, I kept my guard up around her. But that's the thing about a person that dense. They always catch you off guard. One morning, I had an 8 a.m. class. One of my roommates couldn't get up and asked me to check her in on the app. When I got to the lecture hall, I realized I was the only one from our dorm who'd shown up. The other 3 were nowhere to be seen. It was an easy class, and the professor wasn't taking attendance manually, so I figured I'd do them all a favor and check everyone in. I was feeling pretty good about myself when suddenly Serena burst through the main entrance. She marched right up to the professor, holding out her phone. "Professor, why am I automatically checked in even though I wasn't here?" Every head in the room turned towards her. A cold sweat broke out on my back. The professor gave her a look, his face hardening. "You know perfectly well how you were checked in." "I really don't. That's why I came to ask you. Your system must be malfunctioning." I never clicked anything, but it signed me in. Serena's face was a mask of pure innocence. The professor was so exasperated he almost laughed. His eyes quickly found me. For checking in 3 roommates,